For the Interrobang, I'm Gracia Espinosa, and welcome to a new episode of the Red Couch podcast. As as another special episode, we have another special guest. He is Mauricio Franco, our illustrator at Fanshawe Student Union, and now a recent graduate of video game design from Fanshawe College. Woo!
Hey,
Congratulations,
thank you.
Mauricio.
Thank you guys for inviting me here. And yeah,
How was this last year at Fanshawe College?
was pretty nice. I really love my last year here as a student and as part of the Interrobang.
I know that you had an event where all the students did the presentation
Yeah,
of their last projects.
yeah,
What
our
kind of
last.
last projects do you have in this
Yeah,
program?
well, it's pretty interesting because I don't know why I haven't seen a lot of information about our program, video game design. But it's very interesting because in this program, you have to learn how to model in 3D, how to texture, how to make assets, and the most important thing is how to make a video game.
That's the
So
last project.
this is our last project, but we start to make video games in second year, I think. And the third year, the last one, you had to work with your team, a team.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had to work in one pitch that were chosen for the professor,
Mm-hmm.
the best pitch of the classes. So you get some of those, and you had to develop that idea. So
Wow.
maybe you can get some kind of idea, like for example, our video game was
That's my question. What was your video game?
yeah, our video game is called Bubble Lab. It's very nice. I will share with you if you want. You can maybe you can share here with the guys. Part of our video game is pretty awesome. We make a lot of stuff. First of all, we make a commercial video, commercial video about the our video game, and was awesome. So the thing is that we got the pitch idea, which is um, the main character was in a bubble. So the bubble, in order to destroy enemies, you can kind of transform that bubble in a red bubble, and the green bubble is like some are kind of power ups. So the green bubble would make you float in the air. So we transformed that idea in the main character. Our character is a hamster, which is running in a bubble. And then you, in order to attack enemies, you use the red bubble, and I mean the same idea but with different kind of environment. So I don't know if I can talk about it, but yeah, it's very funny because our video game is about a toy,
Mm-hmm.
which is this hamster. He wants to leave the toy store, and his enemies are other toys, you know.
So right now, okay, you have been working for this project, but at the same time, during this last academic year, you created the fourth FSU friends.
Yeah.
You studied, so how you handle, and at the same time, you work for the Interrobang. You
Yeah.
created the covers of our newspaper, graphics for the magazine. So how did you handle everything?
Yeah. So to be honest, was pretty hard, but at the same time, I enjoy it because it's in my I think my stronger part, which is the creativity.
Mhm.
So I talked actually with my current boss, Hannah, and I thank for that opportunity to be doing something creative in my job. And actually, that made me, my mind always working in some ideas and crazy ideas. And yeah, I enjoy that part. And something pretty important that I want to say is that Interrobang gave me a lot of opportunities. And I am pretty happy to see how Interrobang could impact others' life as mine. And I would like to think that Interrobang can come back in
For
the
sure.
future. And I want to see how others can have that kind of opportunities
Mhm.
like me.
Mauricio, how did you involve with Interrobang? When it was your first opportunity here at Fanshawe Student Union?
Yeah, well, I was involved making uh, one design for the handbook. I
Okay.
won that contest.
Oh, the contest
Yeah,
of the handbook, you participate and you were the
and
winner.
I talked with my another boss, Dina. Hello, Dina, if you are seeing that. Yeah, I talked with her the first time, and I show my artwork.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I mean, it was like a talking, and then oh, can I show you my
After the you
when she
knew
gave me
you okay,
when she
okay,
gave me the word
okay.
in her office, I was talking with her, and I say, oh, hey, can I show you my work? And she likes, and yeah, and that was the first time I.
Okay, and for you, what was the most interesting part working for the interior? I don't know if you prefer to create the covers,
The covers,
the designs that you could see on the
yeah,
magazine.
I think that everything, because the cover for Interrobang is a mix between your concept and how can you illustrate something about that concept. So it's kind of tricky because you have to represent visually
Mm-hmm.
into the what you want to say.
Now I have the same question that I had. I mean, that I asked to Kylie, our
Yeah, yeah,
other
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
graphic
my
designer
partner. Hello,
and
Kyle.
our illustrator too.
Yeah.
Did you read our articles to get ideas for the covers? Yes or no?
So sorry, what?
I mean, I would like to know
Hmm.
if for when you created the covers and the designs for the both media, newspaper and magazine, I don't know if you read the articles or
Yeah,
only you read the headline
yeah,
to for the inspiration. I mean,
yeah. In some cases, both of them.
yeah.
Yeah, because I need to have some background. The most important thing is how can we transmit what you are saying in your articles, right?
Mm.
So this is the most important part. I couldn't say that I imagine this with any feedback or any like information. So we should have some kind of
Mhm.
information
Well,
about it.
your colleague was really honest, and
She
she
said,
explained that perhaps she, in a few articles, she read the
mm-hmm,
headline
mm-hmm.
or she attended the meeting to know what we were talking about in each article.
Yeah,
But however, she was inspired only for the headline.
yeah.
So
In some cases, for example, sex issue. Um,
oh yeah, because our newspaper has have an issue every.
yeah, an issue. So, for example, for sex issue, I think that the most important thing is to communicate something that attract the attention of the students.
Mhm.
But there are some specific topics that Hannah always recommend me to read this
Mhm.
in order to get a good idea. And then after reading, I can make two concepts and I show her what do you think, which one is better. And then I work with the FSU for the Friends.
That's another thing that I would like to know who had the idea, who.
Yeah, I would like to say that this was a theme work between Hannah and me.
And
Um,
Dina too, or
Dina, I would say that Dina is like the mother. I don't know the mother, but it's kind of uh,
one of
she.
your supporters.
Yeah, exactly. The most important support. I mean, Hannah as well, but Dina make us more like how can I say, like a females, like a I mean,
Who approved the
no,
project
no, no.
or who's.
Hannah was a person that
Okay.
I talked with her. I told her something like, Hannah, I wants to do something like a comic strip related to the students' life. So I was thinking maybe we can make characters based on the animals here in Canada, the most
Mm-hmm.
famous or the most common. The goose, the falcon. The falcon is
The official
Freddy.
mascot of
Yeah,
Fanshawe.
Freddy is the mascot of Fanshawe
Fanshawe.
College. So we wanted to make like a cousin of Freddy, who is Skyler.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like a big guy, uh, has it's kind of how can I say, like has values, like loyalty,
Like a
some.
symbol, like
Yeah,
a
yeah. And the goose one, he's kind of he always kind of angry guy, like he,
like the real geese.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And the scone represent the guy who always wants to play kind of playful, kind of silly, like we have tomorrow exam, but I can study at night, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, so that. And yeah, that my first goal was to express or to represent some of my old friends that I have in the
Mm-hmm.
past, in or a stupid situation that I live in, those
Oh,
guys.
not stupid. I mean,
Ah,
perhaps more common or,
yeah. Sorry,
or issues that we
when I say
have.
stupid, I mean
Common, ordinary, or
uncommon or
issues.
common or
Uncommon.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because yeah, I have seen a lot of thing that people have done here. So I was like, this one is not correct, like. But yeah, I wanted to draw it, the situations that
Mhm.
make me laugh at some moment, and put it in some of those guys.
Okay, and at the same time, I would like to know what is your process to create all the characters and the covers. I don't know if you prefer to do it on your notebook or you directly draw on your tablet.
Yeah, some of it's pretty interesting because some of the cases is
Mhm.
in the tablet,
Mm.
but yeah, I think that most of the cases is in the computer, in the tablet,
The
right?
same like our your colleague Kali.
Yeah,
She said the same that she always has her ideas on her tablet immediately
yeah.
on the computer.
But I would like to say that I enjoy to draw on paper as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's my first school that I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but I think that right now I am doing more sketches on my computer.
Mm. And now, when is your graduation? The ceremony.
The ceremony is in June.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday we have that event that you were talking about. Was pretty nice because we could be in the top 5 video games of our class. Uh,
Congratulations for that.
yeah, and so the industry day is an event where um, the company people, or yeah, people from companies here in Canada, company about video games, right? Uh, Come to see what we are doing as video gamers students.
So right now, what is next? Because I don't know if you want to focus on medium as illustrator, graphic designer, or you would like to introduce your work in other fields, video games or animation.
I think that everything is something more like is more like a advantage for me, because my background is 2D art, illustrator, graphic designer. But now I am building my new kind of
Okay,
career. Uh, Not kind of, it's
I
my career.
understand.
Yeah,
So your background, I mean, from your hometown, El Salvador,
yeah,
right?
yeah, Salvador.
Was a background related to illustrator, graphic designer, and now here at Fanshawe you started as a video game designer. We can say
Yeah,
that,
you see,
or
the correct name is generalist, but I want to specialize in character design.
okay, I see. Character design,
Character
and
design.
why character design?
Because I like to know more about the people. That if I am making a character, I want to think why that person is like that, why she or he are using that kind of headcore haircut and shoes, whatever. I mean, that kind of stuff. I really like to.
So, character designer is a job related to the video game industry, or for any kind of industry, because for example for the comic street you created characters
Yeah,
for
exactly.
the Interrobang. So
Yeah.
I don't know what is your perhaps your next step related to that job position.
Yeah, as a character designer, you can find a job in the video game industry
Uh-huh.
or in movies as well. It depends on what you are looking for to work, right? But in my case, I want to be in the video game industry as a character
Okay.
designer. And yeah, there are a lot of information I can tell you. When people are playing video games, you don't know
You don't
how
notice perhaps all the
the process,
work
the process.
behind
Yeah,
each
yeah.
character.
Because for example, let's say Zelda, um, Link, for example.
From Zelda, we're talking about
Yeah,
Nintendo's
yeah.
character. Yeah.
Imagine Zelda Breath of the Wild. So you can see Link, and people say, "Oh, I think like it's kind of boxy, right? The graphics are kind of boxy, but that is something that we call the low poly. But in the process, everything starts with a high poly version that you are sculpting. But there are a lot of polygons there that you should
Yeah.
make another version with a low poly. So after making your sculpting guy, for example, you had to remake it in a low polygons, and
Mhm.
then you take the high and the low, and you bake the information that has the in the high to the low. So that information of the high is
Yeah.
are how can I say it, like are in the low poly. So it's kind of difficult maybe to
I
explain.
will say tricky
Yeah, tricky,
for a person who has no
but yeah.
idea,
So
perhaps.
what people say in the video games are the low poly.
Mm,
Even though you can see a lot of details, it's a low poly, not a high poly.
I see.
So but in that process, it's
And
pretty
all the
hard.
things that you are explaining, you learned from your program, right?
Exactly. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So it's very hard because first of all, you had to get some skills. For example, if you want to do character design, you had to know how the anatomy works.
Anatomy, yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. Or if you want to do something like assets, for example, some kind of instrument or let's say the microphone.
Tools,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Okay.
something that maybe you won't use your anatomy
Yeah.
skills, right? Because it's something more like I don't know, like geometric stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got
So.
it.
Hmm.
Hmm. For me, it's really interesting because I love video games.
Hmm.
But I have to be honest. I love not only playing. I love watching video games.
Yeah.
Now with the last series, well, now it's on Crave, The Last of Us. That series is based
Based
on
on the
a
video
video
game.
game,
Exactly.
and the script. I mean, the story is
Yeah.
so attractive,
Yeah.
so amazing that it's incredible that this story was created for a video game. It was not focused
Exactly. Exactly.
on a
Exactly.
series or on a
Yeah.
TV. So that's why for me this industry um
It's
is now really big. I mean, compared to 20 or 10 years ago,
yeah.
that now.
It's growing.
Is growing,
It's
and at
growing.
the same time it's so big
Yeah.
that there are people who consider that the stories of the video games
Yeah.
can be on TV or on cinema. Now I think this summer or the next one we will have the second movie of Mario Bros, because the first one
Yeah.
was
Exactly.
a hit, and now this last movie about Minecraft.
Yeah.
I think right now is the first movie based on a video game more successful in the industry, in the
Yeah.
cinema industry. So
There is
imagine how important now
exactly.
the video games are.
It's pretty interesting because one of the first thing that we learn in our program is what is a game. So
As a traditional game
yeah,
or
I mean, as any game. So
okay.
a game sometimes don't explain anything. It's like we are running. I touch you and I say, I don't know here
We don't know the word in
yeah in
in,
Canada or in
in
English,
English.
but it's kind of I touch you and
Yeah, it's your
you get it,
turn.
yeah,
Yeah,
and you follow me to.
yeah.
So there is no explanation there. There is no reason why, but that is something that the games has, So if you add to that idea a plot, a script, like a story, you can do a lot of stuff,
And a
right?
background of
Yeah,
of the
it's
character.
something that I have learned currently is that indie video games are growing as well.
Mm.
Yeah. So yesterday, we got a guy who came from the industry. He told us that our video game
A
could.
professional,
Yeah, he
okay.
has a indie company, and
Oh.
he invited us to have the same the same kind of. I mean, if you wants to
I mean,
make that.
when you say indie company, we are talking about a startup
Yeah,
or a company, a small company which is trying to do something different to Nintendo, or what do you mean with
yeah,
indie video
yeah,
games?
indie is like if I, for example, if we have this video game and
Hmm.
we wanted to sell it. So how can we get the funds to make it?
Okay, so that professor was talking about
Yeah,
indie projects, independent projects.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's pretty interesting that because I think that I will give you the our video game. Maybe you can show something here in this podcast. Maybe I don't know.
For sure, we are going to promote
Yeah, yeah.
the
Bubble up,
careers,
bubble up, bubble up.
the careers of our recent graduates.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think so is
yeah,
the I mean the best way at the same time to share with all our viewers that this podcast is for you,
yeah,
to promote not only students and fashion communicate, to perhaps at the same time to share the awards and all the big things that our community is doing.
yeah,
It's not only to promote all the good things of Fansha, at the same time is sharing
yeah. One
successful stories.
exactly. So yeah, it's something that one of my instructor of my program told me is that he realized that Canada is one of the most um, countries that consume video games
Wow.
and
In America or across the world?
across the world.
Wow.
And right now, Canada is making companies,
Wow.
about that industry. So it's pretty interesting. If you talk with, I can say, if you talk with Canadian people, a lot of them have played a lot of video games,
Wow.
and that makes me feel like I don't know anything.
And I would like to know what is right now one of the places in Canada that right now the video game industry is growing.
Okay, I could say Toronto,
Toronto,
Vancouver, and right now London
here
is,
in London too.
yeah.
Wow.
And right now,
But
there is a company that is opening right now, and they are hiring new people to get because they are working in one video game, um, and yeah, it's pretty nice.
it will be like an indie company or something different.
Yeah, it's kind of, yeah, will be like an indie company, but it seems like that company will be a pretty big company in the future. But they are building right now everything, the story, the environment, the characters. I mean everything, the programming stuff that I really hate. But yeah, it's that kind of stuff that are happening here
Yeah.
in London.
So right now that you're not well, Interrobang is not going to continue. So what is next for you? What you are going to do now as a graduate of video game design program?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Are you going to stay here in London
Yeah, I
or?
mean, I like London. And well, at the beginning, I wanted to be in Vancouver, but now I am uh, will look for some job here in London, and I will need to kind of recap everything that I have done, and I will choose my best um, portfolio pieces, and I would apply for any job that I will see and I have seen. So yeah, I think that my first goal was to finish my program for one of the best video game of the class. I made it,
You
thanks
did it.
God. Yeah, thanks God. And now I will be focused on get a job.
That's
And if I need to make more for portfolio pieces or improve my sculpting skills, I would.
skills.
Yeah, I will do it. But my focus now is focus on that.
Yeah.
But
Step by step,
yeah, exactly.
Mauricio.
But yesterday my focus was to be one of the best video of the class.
Hmm. This is almost the end of the episode, so that's why I would like to ask you about, well, an advice that you would like give to a student or aspiring graphic designer looking to make their mark in the industry.
Yeah, well, I would like to say, guys, never stop to dream. Actually, I taught that phrase to my one of my best friends yesterday. The life is not easy for anyone. So hmm, the harder you work, sorry, English is my second language, but
Me too.
but I think that if you work pretty hard, you will get what you are working on. So you will get what you are wishing. Sorry. What
No,
is
I understand because well, I think you are trying to say to share that if you work, if you are doing your best
yeah, exactly.
to get your goals,
Yeah, your dreams.
the opportunities are going to come to you. It's
Exactly.
obviously
Exactly.
that
Eh,
things happen when you are working,
Yeah,
when you are studying.
a- and
Um,
anything is easy. In my
it's
opinion, anything is
it's possible.
it's
Perhaps it's
possible.
not easy, but it's possible
Exactly,
if you
exactly.
don't if you follow your dreams.
So for that
Mhm.
reason, you had to work pretty hard and be focused on that, because I got a job here as a part-time job. Wasn't easy, but was pretty beautiful journey that I really enjoy, and I will miss Interrobang.
Yeah, well,
We will
but
miss.
all that work was awarded
Yeah, exactly.
a few weeks ago when you received the award of the best employee here at Publications and
Yeah, it
Communication
was a
Department.
great surprise. I was
No, it was
crying.
not a surprise because FSU Forest Friends, covers, designs for the magazine, at the same time studying your last project. I think it was not something casual. It was not lucky. It was work.
But that moment was a surprise for me. And yeah, I cry as a kid. I don't know. Like it was kind of, I wanted to be like oh, thank you, but I was crying, 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 crying. But yeah,
I think all the department agreed that you were the obviously the person who deserved that award. So one more time, congratulations, my
thank you,
friend.
thank you, thank you, my friend.
Yeah, this is the end of this episode.
Well,
I don't
thank
know
you.
if you would like to add something or
Uh,
I missed something that you would like to
mm,
highlight.
maybe be involved in every single activity that you can see at college. Be productive and be nice with the community, and be that community that you want to get in the future. Be
Thank
part of that
you.
community. Thank
That's
you.
a good advice, a tip for all the students. Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you. Thank
Mauricio.
you. Thank you so much.
And thank you so much for another episode of the Red Couch Podcast. Red Couch Podcast. You know that you can catch up with every episode on our podcast. We have Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. For sure, watch full episode on our YouTube level. Sorry, watch full episode on our YouTube channel and subscribe to our newsletter to keep up with fashion. And for the Interrobang, I'm Gracia Espinosa.